Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Monday Night Raw. And we have ourselves a rematch from last week between AJ Styles and Trick Williams. You see, after Trick Williams beat AJ Styles backstage, Carmelo Hayes was taunting AJ Styles, saying how much of a loser he was, that he lost to a rookie. Well, the general manager, DDP, overheard that conversation and said, "Hey, AJ Styles, you want another chance at Trick Williams? Well, this time, if you beat Trick, you become the number one contender for the Intercontinental Championship, and you'll get your title match at Summerslam." And this is what's happening right now. Number one contendership status on the line for AJ Styles. All he has to do is beat the man that beat him last week, Trick Williams. And now Trick Williams, friend of Carmelo Hayes, number one task here tonight: make sure AJ Styles doesn't get that number one contendership for the Intercontinental Championship. He's already beaten him last week, which means he has no doubt in his mind that he can beat him again here tonight. But we'll see what happens as we start the match right now. Okay, AJ Styles is not having a good Universe Mode 1 here for 2K25. He's currently 0-3 when it comes to wins. He has not won a single match, unlike his opponent who has won a match when he beat him last week. This is do or die for AJ Styles if he wants his ticket for Cleveland for SummerSlam. But he has to beat Trick Williams to do it. And right now, Trick Williams with the hammerlock applied, but Styles slips through the back, turns it into a sitting chin lock. Styles, the technician, wrenching down deep on the chin. Trick Williams' number one task, making sure Styles doesn't make it to Cleveland. And as I said before, Trick Williams already confident in his abilities since he beat him last week. But now AJ Styles is more than ready, more than fired up. He needs to win this if he wants to go to SummerSlam. And I know Carmelo Hayes is definitely watching this match backstage with both eyes fully focused, as he could be watching his next challenger. Right now, Styles, former Intercontinental Champion. And imagine if this match happens, AJ Styles versus Carmelo Hayes. That would definitely be a match. They already have a couple of matches for SummerSlam. Braun Breaker, Drew McIntyre, the current World Heavyweight Champion, taking on the Oba Femi for the World Heavyweight Championship. Then we have Charlotte Flair taking on the champion Nikki Cross for the Women's World Championship. And we're going to get reports about what's going to happen for the World Tag Team Championship. The rematch will be set between the Wyatt Six and the New Day. So that rematch is about to happen. We'll learn more about that later. So right now, number one contendership status for AJ Styles if he wins this matchup. But Trick Williams has been putting him through the ringer here, folks. Trick Williams knows he can beat him. He already did it. He just needs to do it again to stop AJ for Carmelo. But Melo definitely doesn't want to face AJ. And a big punch, knocking down Trick. And here comes the champion trying to interject himself into this matchup. And What a strike that was from Trick Williams to the back of Styles. Styles was not paying attention due to the distraction of Carmelo Hayes getting himself involved in this matchup, and now he's gone. I think he thinks he did enough to give Trick the winning edge in this matchup, but I think this just lit a fire. Nope, never mind. Spoke too soon in a big clothesline. I was about to say this lit a fire under AJ Styles, but Trick Williams, ooh, this gets kicked right to the face. 1, 2, and no, AJ Styles with the kick out, but Styles gets back to his feet, gets stopped by Trick. No, counters the Irish Whip with a big drop kick, connected right on the mush. And now Styles single leg camel clutch, but Styles doesn't get it as Trick Williams escapes. Pump handle, counter from Styles as he falls through. Styles definitely feeling fired up here again. What's this? Suplex into a neck breaker. Trick Williams definitely might be losing anytime soon. Because Styles, he's looking for Styles Clash. This could be over, folks. He hits it. This could be over. Styles goes to SummerSlam. And he doesn't. Trick Williams with the kick out. That was very, very close. But Trick Williams staying alive for his boy. And now Styles looking for something here. Uh-oh. Calf crusher. Trying to tap out Trick Williams. But Trick Williams using the elbow to escape the hold. Irish Whip. Trick shot. No. AJ Styles saw it coming. He held on to the ropes to avoid the trick shot. Now ducks under. Lifts him up. Pop up into the Styles Clash. And this one is now over. This gotta be over with it. And it is. AJ Styles is going to SummerSlam. And Trick Williams can't believe it. He got caught with the pop-up Styles Clash. And now Styles versus Carmelo Hayes is now being booked for the Intercontinental Championship at SummerSlam. What a match to kick things off for Monday Night Raw. Here comes the former Women's Intercontinental Champion Blair Davenport after you saw her last week attacking the champion after she won her match. Let's see what she has to say. Well, it's official. She wants the title back at SummerSlam with the rematch. Could it be set, folks? I'll let you know when it does. Alright, folks. We have a champion versus champion matchup. And oh boy, here comes the challenger for Nikki Cross's Women's World Championship at SummerSlam, appearing on the outside, trying to get into the head of Nikki Cross before we head to SummerSlam. And Natalya, she just heard her possible or future opponent for SummerSlam, Blair Davenport, just come out saying that she wants the title back at SummerSlam. Right now we got ourselves a champion versus champion matchup. Nikki Cross, the Women's World Champion. Natalya, the Women's Intercontinental Champion. And now look at this. Nikki just throwing those blows in the face of Natalya. Now look at this springboard moonsault. This time we connect. The first time it didn't because Natalya was a little bit too far away. And now I know there's a lot going through the minds of Nikki Cross. Charlotte is playing mind games with her, trying to get her head. I don't think you want to be in the mind of Nikki Cross. That's not like a nice place to be at. There's some twisted things up in there. Right now, Luthez pressing out, slamming the back of the head against the mat. I don't think Natalya was prepared for this, but she's fighting back. Now they're trading blows. Counter, punch, punch. Natalya drilling here. But wait, hang on a second. That's Charlotte. Oh my Jesus. What the hell? Charlotte interjected herself in this match, causing a DQ win for Nikki Cross. And now Charlotte telling Natalya to get the hell out of here. She wants to punish Nikki Cross. Single leg Boston Crab. We was not expecting this brawl here, folks. But this is what it comes to. Charlotte is desperate to be at the top of the mountain once again. She already beaten Nikki Cross at Summerslam before. But this time Nikki Cross is no longer that superhero-like person. She's undergone the Wyatt influence, Abby the Witch, and a big crossbody. But these two are at two different points in their careers. And Charlotte cannot risk anything leading to her losing the title. Oh! Knee right to the back. Nikki Cross is in trouble here. She got hit with that blindsided attack from Charlotte. Not been the same since. But we're trying to get security out here. We shouldn't be having this brawl. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. This is not good. Figure 4 into the figure 8. She's trying to cripple Nikki Cross here before we even get to SummerSlam. This is showing how desperate Charlotte Flair is. Lifting her up. Can Nikki Cross somehow find a way to push back? Because she's been getting bullied here. Oh, she manages to stick the landing from the German suplex. She's finally fighting back against Charlotte Flair. Elbow drop. She's fighting back. She's finding her win here, but she gets shoved off by Charlotte. Charlotte does not care for Nikki Cross. She only cares about the title that Nikki Cross is holding, but she overshoots that. And now Nikki Cross is looking to capitalize off of it. Lifting her up, and we're finally getting security. Security have now entered themselves into the arena. They should be closing in on the ringside soon. Maybe this brawl would end without anybody getting physically hurt. I know Charlotte was putting Nikki through the ringer. And now they're coming through the backstage. They're on their way here, folks. Yep, they're on their way to the ringside. Here they come, folks. Whatever it is, this brawl is now over, folks. We're just about to be. As these two just trading blows, one after the other. They're coming out the entranceway. Here to come down the ring. And this brawl is about to be over in 3 seconds. Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for the main event of Monday Night Raw. The King of the Ring, the NXT Champion, Oba Femi, is in action here tonight. And he has selected DDP to give him a challenge for tonight to prep himself for the World Heavyweight Championship for SummerSlam. Oba Femi, the King of the Ring, still undefeated in WWE. And he will be going up against the Blood King, Drew McIntyre, at SummerSlam for his World Heavyweight Championship. But also, before we even get to SummerSlam, Obafemi will be taking on Seth Rollins for that NXT Championship at the Great American Bash. Like 5 days before he gets his world title opportunity. The King will go through anybody to be at the top of the WWE mountain. And here we have it, folks. Who's his opponent? Somebody from American Made. And it's Chad Gable. Chad Gable looking to upset the King here tonight. If he gets this win over Obafemi, imagine what that can do to Chad Gable's position in WWE. Not only did he beat the King of the Ring, not only did he beat the NXT champion, but he also beat the #1 contender for the World Heavyweight Championship. If Chad Gable can pull that off, Chad Gable's stocks will be flying through the roof. Alright, folks, it's time for main event. Obafemi and Chad Gable. These two might just tear the roof off of this place. And now Chad Gable is going up against someone who's so strong. But Chad Gable is also a physical beast as well, lifting guys up that guys his size should not be lifting up. That's how much power Chad Gable has. It's a surprising power that Chad Gable has. Maybe he could do some cool strength feats against Obafemi, but right now Oba is squeezing the life out of Chad Gable with this behind waist lock. Now Oba turns it around into a laying down, a headlock. Now wrenching down on the head. Chad Gable, a master technician, needs to find a way to get out of these holds, but he couldn't as Obafemi delivers a knee right to the top of the skull. And now, oh my, Oba, look at it go flying. Elbow drop. Rolling elbow off of the top rope. That's where you'll rarely see Obafemi. But when he goes to the top, he always hits his mark with extreme prejudice. And now counter from Chad Gable and a hot shot, taking down Obafemi to the outside. Now this is what Chad Gable's been waiting for, an opportunity to get some action back into this matchup. But no, Obafemi says not today, but Chad Gable's still fighting into the crucifix pin. He wants an early victory, an upsetting victory, but no, Obafemi with the kick out. And now here's the master technician locking in a submission, but the rope break was called. Referee staying on action. Irish whip, no counter from Gable. Oh, right into the kitchen sink. And now Chad Gable might be finding his second win here. This is exactly where he needs to be if he wants to try and win this matchup. It's going to be a lot hard, but I think Master Gable can do it as he looks for his ankle lock. But once again, the rope break was called. Oba using the ropes to break the holds. And oh, off of the middle rope with an elbow drop. 1, 2. Oh, super close. Almost pinning the champion right there. Chad Gable, a lot must be going through his mind. He can't let his nerves get to him. Otherwise, Oba will win this matchup with a big German suplex. Gotta go for a running elbow, but gets caught with a clothesline. But gets right back up into another German suplex. This time into the bridge. 1. Why is the referee counting slow? Must want to be make sure that he can get the count going. And now Irish whip from Gable into the Snapdragon suplex. Gable suplexing Obafemi around, trying to overpower him. Top rope into the moonsault, but nobody was home. Oba tried to go for an attack, but whiffed it. And now Gable going to capitalize. Look at this electric chair drop to the champion. Gable is on a roll here. Tries to go for some of the outside, but gets shoved off. And I think Obafemi has had enough of this. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, my Jesus. Oh, my. I think Chad Gable might have torn his legs there when he got bounced off of the barricade. Oh, my God. Obafemi and barricades are a nasty combination. But Chad Gable is in deep trouble. Obafemi looking to go flying off the top rope. Big double axe handle. But Gable gets popped up into the fall from Grace. 1, 2, 3. And Chad Gable needs to get some medical attention here with Obafemi. And oh, here comes the World Heavyweight Champion coming down to meet his challenger, the Blood King and the King of the Ring. Oh my. 2 kings. Which one of them will stand tall at SummerSlam? And we're getting a face-off here tonight. Oh my. This could be big for SummerSlam.